Hello everyone. So today we'll be learning about in the Companies Act 2013 from the section 169 to section 173 in a wholesome manner. That means in a very proper understanding manner we'll be completing a little more detail. So I want all of your patients to be there with me or throughout this one. Okay. And please do make sure that you have a bar act in your hand or at least have an online PDF in your hand that can literally help you and it can go ahead in a very proper and structured manner when we are proceeding further. So in the before, before sections, we dealt about the important sections in Companies Act. If you have not watched that, you can even explore even that. But here I'll be dealing more in terms of the directors, minutes of the meeting, the procedure for removing the director, what is the punishment, what is the penalty, everything in much detail I'll be covering up. Now, starting with the first important process, what is the removal of directors? A company may, by ordinary resolution, remove a director not being a director appointed by the tribunal under Section 242 before the expiry of the period of his office after giving him a reasonable opportunity of being heard. That means that you can remove a director. Either it could be from the tribunal's decision or it could be in other means, but before removing him there should be an opportunity of being heard should be given. That means that what do you mean by opportunity of being heard? That means that if my company wants to remove me out, then they have to give me so and so time, they have to give me an opportunity for me to speak out why they're removing me, asking me to justify. That is very much important. Now, next important thing, providing that nothing containing in the subsection shall apply where the company has availed itself of the option given to it under section 163 to appoint not less than two-thirds of a total number of directors according to the principle of proportional representation. That's the overall ratio, how it is calculated. That's not important for you. Next one, a special notice shall be required of any resolution to remove a director under this section or to appoint somebody in the place of a director so removed at the meeting at which he is removed. See, if for example, in the group of me, this one, no, if you want to remove a director, then what happen? I need to pass a special resolution stating that, see, so and so director should be removed. I will table it. Depending on the vote, we will be removing a director. Or instead, for example, if I am removed, just imagine, okay, now, instead of me, if you want to replace another person, still a separate resolution should be passed. That resolution process is very important. Third important aspect. One, on receipt of notice of a resolution to remove a director under this section, the company shall forthwith send a copy thereof to the directors concerning the director, whether or not he is a member of the company, shall be entitled to be heard on the resolution of the meeting. That means that if they want to remove me, at least give me an opportunity to be, even allow me to speak. That is also very important component in this removal of the director's process. Fourth important aspect, where notice has been given of a resolution to remove a director under this section and the director concerned makes with respect thereto the representation in writing to the company and request its notification to the members of the company shall, if the time permits to do so. Subclause A, if any notice of the resolution gives to members of the company state the fact of the representation having been made and send a copy of the representation on every member of the company to whom the notice of the meeting is sent. And if a copy of the representation is not sent as aforesaid due to an insufficient time or for the company's default, the director may, without prejudice to his result to be heard, orally require that the representation shall be read out of the meeting, providing that a copy of representation need not be sent out and the representation need not be read out at the meeting if on the application either of the company or any other person who claims to be aggrieved, the tribunal is satisfied that the right conferred by the subsection are being abused to secure the needless publicity of the defamatory matter, and a tribunal may order the company or order the company's cost on the application to be paid in a whole and the part of the director is this one. See, if I want to remove any particular director, no, I have to pass a resolution, and before that itself I have to intimidate my other co-workers that like this is going to happen, either through message or either through mail, either through even redressal mechanism. Prior information is important. That is what this entire section speaks about. Okay, that's it. Now let's go to subsection 5. What is subsection 5 speaking about? Let me use the driving tool. Okay. A vacancy created by the removal of a director under this section may, if he had been appointed by the company in general meeting or by the board be filled by the appointment of another director in his place at the meeting at which he is removed, providing special notice of the intended appointment has been given under subsection 2. Okay, that means that what a vacancy created by the removal of the director under this section may, if he had been appointed by the company in general meeting or by the board, be filled by the appointment of another director at the place of the meeting which is removed. So that means that for removing a director, and if you want to replace another person in my position, that prior intimidation need also to be given. It's very simple, yeah, nothing much explanation, bacha explanation itself. I'm making sure that you understand how what the barak language is speaking about. Okay, now what is section 6 speaks about? A director so appointed shall hold office till the date up to which his predecessors would have held the office if he had not been removed. A director so appointed shall hold the office till the date up to which his predecessors would have to be, and that means what, I have been given a stipulated time frame to run my office, but beyond that, when I am still in the office, then see there is a time frame in which how much years a director could be working. If I exceed beyond that, then I could be removed. That is also one kind of interpretation which you can get from it. Okay, the basic interpretation: if the vacancy is not filled under subsection 1, it may be filled as a casual vacancy in accordance with the provision thereof the act, providing that the director who was removed from the office shall not be reappointed as a director by the board of directors. That means what? For example, if in this, if I'm removed as a director, then I will never be appointed as a member for the board of directors. Okay, that will never be happening. In order to avoid any kind of undue intelligence, the company's act is being very strong and very rigid enough. So I want all of you to remember this important aspect. Nothing in this section shall be taken as deprived as a person removed under this section of any compensation or damage payable to him in respect of the termination of his appointment as a director as per the terms of contract or terms of his appointment as a director, or any of the other appointment terminating with the director. That means what? Nothing in this section shall be taken into consideration. For example, removed under the subsection of the compensation damages payable to him. See, before removing from the office there will be certain kind of for example, he has done any kind of losses or anything other, he have to recompensate. But other certain aspect could be also like forgoven. But other things is really considered in this Companies Act. Now, Section 170, Register of Directors and Key Managerial Personnel and the Shareholders. Every every company shall keep at wait, where's the pen? Yeah, no, oh, keep your hand in the bar act. Okay, every company shall keep at its in a registered office a registrar a register containing such particulars of the directors and the key managerial person as may be prescribed, which shall include the details of the securities held by each of them in the company and the holding subsidiary of the company holding company, associate companies. A return of containing such particulars and documents as may be prescribed of the directors and the key managerial person shall be filled with the registrar within 30 days from the appointment of the key every director, and the key managerial person, as the case may be, within 30 days of the change taking place. That means that what, before becoming the director, I will be providing so and so document, that also I can get it back from the so and so company which I am presently running through. That is basic evidence. Yeah, I'm like, because if I become a class leader, I give an oath office, I give my so and so certificate stating that yes, I'm doing as a leader. But after this I come out of it, what happens, it's like very simple as this, very simple concept. That means that it is not applicable, like I have to get back all the documents, that's it, it's simple process. Section 171, members right to inspect the register kept under subsection 1 of the section 170 shall be open for inspection during business hours, and the members shall have a right to take extracts thereof and the copies thereof on a request of the members be provided by the free of cost or within 30 days. Shall so be kept open for the inspection. So whenever an inspection is happening at any point of time, they are asking for the documents that they want to check. It could be the minutes of the meeting, or it could be to understand what is the procedural formalities within this. Any documents, anything is provided, you have to provide it as a company. That is mandated for you. If any inspection as provided in clause A of the subsection 1 is refused, or if any copy required under the cost is not sent within 30 days from the date of the receipt of such receipt, the registrar shall be on application made to him, order immediate inspection and supply of the copies required now thereunder. So what all copies during the inspection time, if they're asking, if you do not provide, you can be strictly be punishable. And that punishment comes under section 172. It is about if a company contravenes any of the provision of this chapter and for which no specific punishment is provided therein, the company and every officer of the company who is default shall be punishable with a fine and not less than 50,000 rupees. Oh my god, it's like a huge amount. So it's basically the punishment aspect. That means that you don't provide the all kind of documents are pertaining towards it, then you shall be strictly be punishable. That's a major thing which I want to tell you. Now let me take you towards the last important section, section 173. Now what do you mean by this section 173? It's speaking about yes, Aram, I can finish section 173. Okay, now let me use my pen. Minutes meetings of the board and its powers. So what, in the board they will be discussing multiple aspects regarding the functioning of the company, so and so, so and so, so and so. Now during the meeting of a board, every company shall hold the first meeting of the board of directors within 30 days of the days of its incorporation. Thereafter hold a minimum number of 4 meetings of its board of directors every year, in such a manner that not more than 120 days shall intervene between two consecutive meetings of the board. That means what, if I'm starting a company today, within the 30 days I have to have one board meeting, and then in a year or the consecutive period, 4 board meetings it's compulsory for me to do within the companies, within my company. So there should be 120 days gap. For example, if I'm starting a meeting on January, after 121 days gap, you should not create a 121 days gap for having a second meeting. You should have before that, or it should be within that prescribed this one. Okay, see, minimum meeting should be 4, maximum yes they can increase up to their limit. So first thing I said that very simple understanding, within 30 days, what, within 30 days I have 30 days, within 30 days of the company incorporation I have to have one meeting, and there should not be 120 days gap. It's like after January, after 120 days only I'm doing the second this one. No, it should not be like it. Within that we have to finish the meeting before itself, and minimum of 4 meeting it's compulsory to attend. Okay, provided that the central government may by notification direct that the provision of the subsection shall not apply in a relation to any class or description of the companies, or shall apply the subject to such a exception modification, and this one happens. Okay, I hope you understood this first important aspect. Now second thing, the participation of the directors in a meeting of the board may be either in person or through video conferencing or other audio visual means as may be prescribed, which are capable of recording and recognizing the participation of the directors, and of recording and storing the proceedings of such meeting alone with the date and time. That means what, along with if I'm just imagine if I'm participating for any kind of what do you call, whatever kind of process. Yeah, a very simple concept itself. I want all of you to please understand this concept that you have to attend the meeting either through video or through physical or through online conference. If this video is not working, at least through audio you can attend it. That is what it's telling. So after COVID you can see how the companies have been evolving from it. Okay. Third one, a meeting of the board shall be called by given not less than 7 days notice in writing to every director at his address registered with the company, and such notice shall be sent by hand delivery or by post or by the electronic means. That means that what, I can basically call for a board meeting within 7 days prior notice I should be giving either through mail, or I can have to even email you to their house address or provide to the company register board. This one, that formality needs to be followed, provided that a meeting of the board may be called as the surer notice to transcript or transact urgent business, subject to the condition that at least one independent director, if any, shall be present at the meeting. So there should be at least one independent director who can be attending this particular meeting. Provided that in the case of absence of an independent director from such a meeting of the board, decision taken at such a meeting shall be circulated to all the directors and shall be final only on the ratification thereof at least one independent director is at least required. See, they're telling, see, we already discussed different kind of directors, so here we are telling at least one independent director is important. every officer every officer of the company whose duty is to give notice under the section, and who fails to do so shall be liable to a penalty of 25,000 rupees. That means what, if See, every officer of the company whose duty is to give notice under the section who fails to so, that means what, if I do not attend the meeting or something like that, there is a penalty charges also which is charged up to me. Okay, that is the very important thing you need to keep in the mind. Fifth one is about a one person company, small company, or dormant company shall be deemed to have compiled what complied with the provision of this section if at least one meeting of the board of directors has been conducted in each half of a calendar year, and the gap between the two meetings is not less than 90 days, provided that nothing contained in the subsection and in the section 174 shall apply to one person company in which there is only one director and its board of directors. Very simple, yeah. I'm like, I don't think so. You have any doubts regarding it? So, if it's a one company, small company, or a dormant company, then what you need to do, you need to have at least what one board meeting. That's the only thing. Okay. So that's all for today's video. Hope you liked it. Wish you all a wonderful day. Good luck. Goodbye. And I will be posting.